Welcome to Rants. The name is self-explanatory, but if you really want to know what this series is about, I pick something to talk about and then I talk about it. And I know how some of you ADHD babies want to get to the actual video, which is why I'll try to keep intros short. Now, a lot of you have probably thought once or twice that the ability to stop time would be cool. Unfortunately, if you were on the internet and said that, you'd be branded a creep most likely. And maybe you would. I don't know. How about start looking inward and think of what you could actually do if you stop time? But stopping time? Just stopping time? Oh, come on. Surely we could do better than that. Like, you could also reverse it. Maybe in an area, or just revert the time stream itself to a particular point in time. Kinda like how you could, I don't know, maybe reverse the recession of your hairline. You could also move time forward, but that creates a can of worms that I'm unfortunately gonna have to open because this video needs to be long enough to justify the inevitable ads. So, what do you do when you move time forward? This implies that you know what's gonna happen, but is that really the only way that a situation can play out? Could you pick the future that you want to skip to, like how a magician asks you to pick a card before clucking your jaw and pulling your card out from behind your loose teeth? Don't ask why I said that, I thought it'd be funny. How about slowing down time? You don't need to stop it completely, and I think this would arguably be more practical than stopping time completely, since you don't need to worry as much about any shenanigans regarding the violation of the laws of physics and potentially the rules of the universe as we know them. But do I really have to bring up how genuinely absurd it is to assume this would work in our reality as accurately as the media portrays it to be? Maybe in another timeline, I suppose, but you know. And speaking of timeline, do you think it would be fair to suggest that you could jump through timelines? It is called time manipulation, so you could use it however you want, right? Time stop is a boring ability by itself, however broken it really is, but there are lots more fun applications that you could brainstorm in the amount of time that it takes you to write a script on it for a YouTube video on a topic that's been mostly covered over and over again since the medieval ages, but hey, what do I know? Look at TV shows and cartoons, video games and books, and how they've handled the concept of time and wove it into their stories. God of War Ragnarok, spoilers ahead, has Atreus, the other main character, infuse the soul of a giant into the lifeless body of a snake. That snake then grows to be the World Serpent, the same Jormungandr that you meet at the beginning of the 2018 game. Of course, something like this has to create a loop, since one can't really happen without the other, at least in the context of events. And this isn't a foreign concept only found in video games. Disclaimer, I don't like doing research on videos like this, but when I have to, I've come to enjoy it. If any of you are familiar with the grandfather paradox, then that's pretty much what I'm going to explain. The grandfather paradox is a hypothetical time travel paradox where a person travels to the past, kills their grandfather before he meets their grandmother, and subsequently prevents their birth. Is it confusing? Yes. Did I explain it? Well, I guess. However, this creates a contradiction where the traveler never being born means they could not have possibly traveled back in time to kill their grandfather in the first place. So the scenario I gave beforehand is kind of like that, but in reverse, if that makes sense. And this is a great segue to the final part of the video because I've been talking for a while now, but could you guys think of any consequence that would come from messing with time as a whole? There could be lots, or a few, I don't know, maybe, hey, you could probably write that in the comments, any special, unique interactions that you would have in time travel. Maybe. I don't know. I'd rather brainstorm than do research because it's my video and I'm not really taking this seriously. It's a ranting channel. Apart from potentially ripping a hole in the space-time continuum, whatever the hell that means, what if every time you stop/slow time, the extra time that would be existing gets stored somewhere? I don't know where, and I personally don't really want to think about it. But in this storage, there's a limit, and once that limit is exceeded, it comes back to the source where it was supposed to originate from. And who might be at the center of that source? Can you guess? It's you. Or at least it probably be you? I don't know. Imagine all of that lost time surging right back into you. You'd age so fast, nobody would catch it in real time anyway. I think it's a cool way to nerf time travel and whatever, and I also think it's a great way to finally end this video and put it out for the world to see. If you guys liked it, you know what to do. Maybe drop a like and subscribe, since you can always unsubscribe in the future if my content is boring or whatever. Sorry if my talking sounded a little forced at times, it's been a while since I've done straight talking into a microphone, but in any case, check out my gaming channel. And I had to plug myself in, you know that, but I do hope you enjoy the content on both sides. Anyway, that's all, bye.